Hello everybody, I'm Sky and this is Should My Kids Play The Wandering Village? Now The Wandering Village is a village builder game with a little bit of a twist. I played it a while back and I finished how much was released at the time, so there's new stuff added, so I'm not sure. Let's see if I can figure it out. Right, I think they are all asking for houses. What, are we running out of... We've got no wood. Okay, so I am a really big fan of village builder games. There's plenty of different ones with lots of different things going on. Now the thing which makes this one different is that you're not actually just building a village in the middle of a forest. If we zoom out, we will see we are on the back of a giant monster called an onbu. So the story of this game is that big apocalyptic such and such, there are spores which go out and sort of destroy life. So these people are refugees, survivors, whatever, and they begin to live on the back of this onbu, who at the moment is asleep, which is cool. I hope he sleeps well. At some point he will start walking. So you have to build your village to look after the villagers, to do the research trees, all that sort of stuff, the whole time being on the back of this big monster who just walks along. Now the challenge with that, which makes it a little bit different than other village builder games that I've played, is that the onbu will just keep walking and then suddenly you're in a different biome. Maybe one that the crops that you planted don't go well in. Or maybe you come across the spores again, or it's just a really interesting way that they've kept it a little bit fresh and kept it a bit interesting, because you can plan so much but then all of a sudden you'll find you're going into a jungle biome or into a desert biome and you're going to be running out of water, or there's going to be too much water, or some of your crops will grow, some of them won't. There's also choices you can make where you can actually extract resources from the onbu, and it doesn't like it, but it can't do anything about it. So you can harvest stuff from the onbu, but that also means that it doesn't like you, so you can't tell it where to go, whereas you can make special food for the onbu and then you can feed it and then it likes you, and then if there's a fork in the road you get to choose which one to go on. And of course you're on the back of a creature. There is finite resources, so you do need to be a little bit smart about how many trees you cut down. So like any village builder game, it is a lot of a resource management thing. Do you have, there we go, there's a berry gathering hut. Do we have any berries? Oh, they're up here. Okay, so the berries are quite far away, so then I'm gonna have to build a road in order to get them. You can put things wherever you want, but you've got to bear in mind the resources that they are gonna cost and how you can, there's berries in there too. Delete that one and put the berry hut. Wait, is that a berry hut? No, that's a berry hut. There we go. And and then I put the wrong building down anyway. Don't worry about it. Material storage is quite useful, so is that not what that is? No, that's not what that is. And then there's roads, and there we go, dirt road. Let's go dirt road. And then over to the berry bush. So you progress along this storyline, and as I say, it's in early access, so when I played it I finished what was available, but they have since released even more. So when you start a new game, so there's a tutorial, there's relaxed, and then there's survival. So survival is the tricky one. You can see that he's got his flamethrower there ready. But relaxed is interesting because you can also, if you play it and it gets a little bit boring, there are different modifiers that you can put on to just give yourself a little bit more of a challenge. So you can choose to make it slightly more difficult, but just on relax, it is actually, I would recommend this for kids who are into building things and a little bit of resource management. Obviously I wouldn't say that this is a game for a really little kid. You do still have to have some planning, knowledge, figure things out. Quite often, you sort of got to play it for a bit, get the hang of it, and then start a new game, because now you'll know what you're actually doing. The challenge is, obviously, with any game like this, you need to be able to produce enough food so that your people don't go hungry. You need to be able to collect enough resources to have enough houses and jobs and everything like that. So there's a bit of forward planning, but this has the additional challenge, again, as I said, where it will go through different biomes. So you might be really good in the desert biome, you figured that out, and then you step out into the jungle biome, and then all the plants that you grew stop growing, and then you've got to rip it all out and put a new thing. And you can't really plan that far ahead. You can a little bit, there's a map here somewhere, but there's also a challenge of the spores. Every now and then they just start growing somewhere, so then you've got to have people assigned to go and eradicate the spores. On the easy mode, you can almost ignore that part. It doesn't happen that often. Once you get up to it, there's a building where the people work, and they have like flamethrowers, and they go around and go so it's probably still a good idea to have that. But if you're playing in the more difficult version, it's like a constant threat. You have to be constantly checking everything and making sure that you're not succumbing, because it spreads and then everything has to be destroyed, and then you can lose the game that way. Oh, the Onbu is standing up. I do love these sorts of games, and this one was really fun. I love the art style, I love the twist of it being on a monster. I love that it's a really small developer team. It is an early access, so we will see what else happens as they still keep working on it. So let me know in the comments if you play this and if you think it's cool, or if there's any other games that you'd like me to look at in the context of how they are for kids to play. I will see you next time. Bye!